Hi everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man. In today's episode, we're going to look at a game from 2020. It's 1 to 4 players, plays about 20 minutes or so. It is called Lucky Numbers. Now in this game, what you're trying to do is you're laying down clovers with numbers 1 to 20 in your garden. But there's a catch. All the numbers must be in ascending order going across and down each row. That's the tricky part. And if a number does not fit in your garden, you place it up top, face up, because you have all the clovers face down, you're just randomly drawing. And if it doesn't fit, you must put it on the top, or you can replace a number that you have on your garden with that number, and then that number will go face up. But then the problem with that is other players have an option to grab that clover as well, so you might actually be helping out another player. So you got to be very careful in that. But let's head on over to the gamer's table where I can show you how to play Lucky Numbers. Alright, so I went ahead and took the liberty of punching out all the clovers. And what you're going to do is you're going to put each color in a bag. So you got the greens in one bag, the yellows, the purples, and the reds. You're going to go ahead and separate them 1 through 20 in each one of these baggies. Now how many baggies of these you use depends on how many players you have. So let's just say, for example, we'll do a 3-player. So I'll go ahead and take this one out of the game. Okay, and then you'll have 3 of these game boards here. And you got to make sure that the little ladybug is in the bottom right-hand corner, okay? So let's just say we have 3 players here. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to lay them out just like this. So you can have 3 player boards like so. And what you'll do is you're going to take 3 of these colors and keep them in the back. So we're going to do is, let's do green, yellow, and purple. We'll do this. We'll go ahead and take the red away. Now if you have a 4-player game, obviously you'll use all 4 red bags. In this case we're using 3 players, so use 3 colors. And what you're going to do is you're going to take them out of the bag, just like so. You're going to go ahead and dump them onto the table like so. You're going to mix them all up. I'm going to go ahead and dump them all together here. Okay, I'm going to take all 3 colors and dump them all together just like so. And go ahead and take these, put them back in the box. You're going to go ahead and place them all upside down like so, so the clover is showing. Okay, just like this. Alright, here we go. Almost there. Okay, there we go. We'll make sure they're all upside down. That way you have the clover showing. Okay, there we go. So you can go ahead and mix them up just like so. Do a good little mixing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place them just above here, just like so. Now, what each player is going to do to start off is they're going to go ahead and grab 4 of these clovers and place them in these 4 clovers here that have like a gold outline. This is how you start off the game. So let's see, we're going to grab one here, 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 and here for this player. And what you're going to do is you're going to obviously want the lower numbers up here and the higher numbers down below, because you, like I said in the game, in the intro, you must try to get these in ascending order, going from left to right and also from up to down. Okay. So we got 13, 19, oh boy, okay, so we got 19 is the highest. Then you'll go, well, you have 2 19s, so you have to go like this, 15, and then 13. That's how you're going to determine that. So now the next player is going to go ahead and grab 4, just like so. Here's the 4 he chose. Actually, he's got his numbers spread out pretty good. This is actually a very good board right here. Okay, and then the 3rd player will do the same. Just grab 4 clovers and put them in ascending over here. So you got 3, and then 6, and then 10, and then 17. Okay, just like so. Okay, there we go. So now all players have their beginning rows. Excuse me. And now what you're going to do is player 1 is going to go ahead and choose a clover. So what they're going to do is they're going to choose a clover. We got a 17. Now what the player can do is either they can say, you know what, I just don't want the 17. And if you don't want it, then you put it face up above the boards. If you do want it, you can either place it on your board anywhere that it might work, or you can switch it out with another clover, and then that clover goes up here face up. So let's just say he wants to, obviously he doesn't want 2 19s here. So let's go ahead and switch out the 19. He's going to put a 17 here, and then the 19 comes up here. Okay, and that is his turn. So now you got player 2. Now they have some options. They can either take a clover. We got an 8 here. They can either, once you choose a clover, then you must either not use it and place it up here, or you can place it on your board, or you can replace a clover, which what we just did on this player. Okay, so 8's a pretty good number here. So he's going to put this right here. And you can see it's ascending from this way and this way. So that 8 is a legal move. And that is his turn. So now you go to player 3. You can go ahead and choose a clover. He chose a 20. Now he can choose, okay, does he want to go the highest number in the bottom corner? You don't necessarily have to do that. Or you can decide to do, or you can just go ahead and place this up top. So let's just say he's good with 17. He's pretty good with that. So he's just going to go ahead and throw the 20 up here. That's the end of his turn. Now player 1's going to go ahead and grab a clover, and he has a 15. Honestly, that's not really a good number for him. He's got a 15 here. He's getting all these high clover numbers. He can place it here if he wanted to, and then obviously eventually he's going to change that 13 out. And let's just say he places it here, because he can't place it here because it has to be ascending in this row. Obviously he can't place it anywhere around here because this has to be ascending. This has to be ascending. So the only really good place to go would either be here or here. Or he can just say, you know what, I don't want it. You know what, he's going to ditch it. He's going to say, no, I don't want it. Okay? So now it's player 2's turn. So player 2, like I said, he can either draw a clover or pick a clover from here. After looking at this, he thinks, well, you know what, this 15 will work just fine. He can either put it right here, or he can put it right here, since it's just after the 14 and not too far behind the 17. So let's say he puts it right here. Okay, end of turn. Player 1 is over here. He's going to go ahead and draw this. He's got a 5. That is a very good number because it goes in between 3 and 6. That is a great number. He's going to go ahead and place the 5 right here. So he's going in ascending order here. He's going in ascending order here. Okay, and that's the end of player 3's turn. We'll do one more round. I think you pretty much get the gist of how this game works. So we'll go one more clover here. He's got an 11. So what he's kind of probably want to do is, let's see, because he wants a lower number up here. So let's go ahead and get that 15 out of there and put an 11 right here. And hopefully he'll get a low number. He can replace that 13. That way he can start building on his board. So you've got a lot of bad luck here. If you got a lot of high numbers or you get a lot of low numbers, it's really tough to get going on your board. In the meantime, other players are starting to fill up their boards, so you start falling behind. So now you got player 2. He's going to go ahead and use this other 15. Why not? It's right after 14. That's perfect. There we go. And then this player, he's going to go ahead and choose a clover. He's got an 8. So he can either put that right here, or he can place it here or here, because it's in ascending order. He's going to go ahead and place the 8 here. Okay? So obviously, up here you need a 4 or 5. Over here you need a 4, 5, 6, or 7 in order for it to go ascending and then ascending this way. Okay? And that's pretty much how you play the game. You're going to go ahead and take turns either drawing a clover from the pile, or choosing a clover from here and either putting it on your board or replacing it with another clover to make your board better. All right? And that's pretty much what you're doing. The first player to complete their board in ascending order, going left to right and down each row, wins the game. Now, there are different ways you can play. Also, you have tournament mode too, or maybe you can play, whoever gets 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 7. You can do something like that, because the game does go pretty quickly once you start playing. So, all right, well, there is lucky numbers. Let's head on back to the gaming room, and I'll tell you what I think about it. All right, we're back in the game room, and what do I think about lucky numbers? I really enjoy this game. I really, really do. Now, as you can see at the very beginning, I had punched it out, so it was brand spanking new. I literally got this probably about a week or so before I moved from California, so I haven't had a chance to play this. But I had played this on Board Game Arena online. Over 570 games I have played on Board Game Arena with this game. And I've only won, I think, maybe 202 times, 203, something like that, at least at the time of taping. So am I the great person to talk about strategy on this game? Probably not, but I love it. I really, really enjoy this game. For one thing, it's quick. It is a very, very fast game. It only takes, especially online, I mean, if you get someone that's like bing, 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 I mean, it can take maybe 3-4 minutes to play a game. And that's what's nice. If I'm on my break, or if I'm at lunch at work, I can sit there, I'll play a couple games in between bites, you know, that kind of thing. I think my problem with the, well, not with the game, but with me, is like I try to be too perfect with the numbers. Like maybe in the lower right-hand corner, you know, the highest number you get, maybe it might be like 17 or 18. And then I get a 20, I'm like, ooh, I want to switch out that 18 for this 20. I mean, then I have 2 or 3 more numbers I can fit in there. You don't want to get in the habit of doing that, because what you're not putting any more clovers on your board by doing that. And if you don't pay attention, when you switch out that clover, maybe I want that 20 instead of that 18. I put that 18 up top so someone else can get it. Those other players might be able to use that. And so that's what you got to watch out for, because I'm like, oh man, I just gave them the 18. They had a 17 and 19. The only clover they needed was 18. I just gave it to them. So that's a little bit of strategy there. You want to make sure that you're not giving away a clover. If you're going to switch out a clover with what you got, you don't want to give it away where someone else can go, ha ha, I need that. You know, do the best that you can. Now, if it's a clover you just can't use, say you have, you know, 15 and through 20, you know, on the bottom right hand corner all sewed up and you got a 17, there's not much you can do about that. But if it's a clover that you don't really have to switch out, and you know, you want to be careful not to give away any of those clovers to another player. So you got to be really careful about that. That's probably one of the biggest things. So to me, I'm trying to be a little too perfect. I'm trying to get all my clovers in a nice little row, and it's just not going to happen. You're going to have maybe 2, 8, 12, 14 on the top row. I mean, you might just have that. And then the bottom is going to have to be a little tighter, because now you only have 15 through 20 to finish off the rest of that line. So, but you know what? I really enjoy it. It's a good family game, actually. I think it would be a good family game for kids, you know, knowing the ascending each way. And that's the hardest part, is remembering you got to go ascending across and you got to go ascending down. So that's what makes it a little difficult sometimes, but it is a fantastic game. I really like it. I mean, but it is really luck-based. It's really luck-based. You got a little bit of strategy trying to figure out where to put them. It's really lucky. You might pick that exact clover that you might need to fit in that perfect spot. So there is a lot of luck based to it. So you just got to keep that in mind too. But you know what? Overall, for a nice light game, you can play up to 4 players on it. You're each picking a clover. And of course, for each player you have in the game, you're picking up one of those baggies. Each one of those is 1 to 20. So you know, if you have a 3-player game, you're going to have 3 of each of those numbers in there. So that's something you got to keep in mind too, is if you might need a 13, but then you look at the other 2 boards and they have the 13s on theirs, and maybe someone else has another 13 on the board. Well, guess what? You can't get another 13 because the 3 13s are on other people's boards. So you got to make sure you pay attention to that too. There's only so many of those numbers. There's only a set of 1 to 20 for each player that's in the game. So make sure you keep that involved too. Keep that in mind. But anyway, that is my review of Lucky Numbers. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, give me that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hey, feel free to subscribe. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you watching the videos. I really love doing these. These are a blast. And I got lots more to come, obviously. Lots more to go through. So until next time, everybody, I hope you enjoyed Lucky Numbers. Until next time, happy gaming.